all, I'm back. Well, I hope you've all had the most wonderful Christmas and you're going to have the best year ever, because I think it's going to be a good one. After all the niceties, let's get back to the difficult stuff. So I'm making a light fitting for Bucknell House, which is my big old house, and I had the perfect piece of round circular fretted metal. It was only monkey metal, but it was perfect, and I cannot find it anywhere. It's disappeared, and it should have been in my metal box, but maybe I'll come across it after. So I just started doing work on this, and I thought, right, I better start filming it because it looks like it's going to work. And I don't normally try stuff out, but in this case, because I'd lost the original piece which I had in my mind, I thought I'd better just give it a quick go. And if I sound a bit horrible, sorry, I've got a cold. So I kind of want this piece of wire to come down and hold a bead in that kind of position, and then have 3 strands of beads going up to hold it in place, because this won't be lit up, although there is room for that at a later date if I wanted to. And then maybe some sort of fancy wire there, but I can't, although I've got my soldering gun fixed now, or I will have as soon as my husband fits it together for me. So we'll have to see how we go anyway. But right, so in your absence, I only popped away for a few minutes, didn't I? I ended up taking a phone call and getting on with it while I was talking on the phone. So anyway, what I've done is these are little aluminium caps off some Christmas decorations that broke over Christmas, and luckily they're going to come in useful for this. So what I've done is I've just pushed them on, spread them out a bit so they fit the bead. I know it looks a bit odd at the moment. And then I've put some air dry clay on. And as I've dried it, they've just dropped off the foil. I thought they would. I don't know how people get it to stick to stuff. I can't seem to manage it. But anyway, so I've put a bit of glue on, and then I'm going to paint that gold and see what that looks like. The one piece. So, and all I've done is push it through the hole there. It's pushed through that hole there, and then I've tucked it up there. Ideally, what you do is cut yourself 3 even pieces, and then you know exactly they're all going to be the same. But because it's trial and error, I haven't done that. Right, we shall use this little box. Now I've got to find the strand that I've cut. Is it that one? Yeah, it is. Right, the cotton thread wasn't working out, it broke. So I've gone to putting a bit of glue onto a piece of substantial thread. I think it's like a crochet thread. And I'm just going to put them straight on without a needle to get the glue off my fingers. So that's what I'm going to do. So it works perfectly fine. It might take a while, but you know, I shall get back to you when 3 strands are done. Like I say, it could take a while. Right, well there you go. I've just done myself 1 long strand. It actually didn't take too long. That was a really good method of putting the glue on the end if you want to just put it straight onto cotton, because you haven't got the double thickness of the cotton going through. Right, I've had to go a slightly different way with what I planned, as I can't find any black paint. I can't find my grey paint. I could only find black enamel paint. Tried a bit of that. No. So, because I was going to use black and then put a bit of gold wax on top, I decided in the end to give it like a more antique look, but not to be. So we'll just use what we've got. I've always said that I don't need to go out buying loads of expensive things. Right, that way I think. Okay. Let's see, a little bit more to go. Right, we all know how to do this, don't we? Just in case. Yeah, we'll do it together. You just brush it off. Literally, that's all you do. Make sure you push it into any detail you've got going on. Which doesn't seem to be the best on this one. There's a bit more, I think the detail shows a bit better on the other one. The other ones I've got. I should have a line around there. Right, so that's all three of those done now. The top came off that one and I had to glue it back on, and somehow it's ended up a little bit taller than it was before. It obviously wasn't quite on in the same place, but it'll be all right, I'm sure. If not, I'll have to maybe rub a bit off the top, but we'll live with it for the moment and see what happens. Right, so I've just bent this over the wire, just like that. And now I have to decide, obviously, if that goes on about there, I would like some like fancy scrolls and things on it, and I'm just like, should I solder them on, or I could just glue them on. But I feel that this piece needs to be in one, and if there's going to be any like little bits of decorative bits, they would come on after. Right, I suppose I'm going to risk it and cut it. Like I say, I've only got the one piece of brass anyway, so if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I think I'm going to go with these pearl beads rather than the glass ones. They're plastic, unfortunately, but until I come across some maybe nice glass ones, then they're big. Yeah, they'll do for the moment, I think. So I want it to go through there and into there. So hang on 2 minutes. Right, let's see. I need to push that on a bit more, I think, because these are slightly wider. Going to go through there. See? Let's see. So it actually goes into there. What I'll do first is get all these on, get all these curved bits on, and then at least I'll know what extra wire I've got to play with afterwards. That to me seems logical. I mean, I know that doesn't look like much at the moment. But yeah, we'll see where we go. Right, so that's what we've got now. We've got 3 bits of wire where the lights are going to hang from. Obviously, imitation lights. These aren't going to work. I think I'm going to pop a little bit of glue there, and there, just to keep everything in place. Right, so I've glued those on. I'm okay with that. Right, so now I'm going to have to drill a hole, which won't take much drilling, just through there, where that hole is already, just to make a central hole. So I've got 2 from what the original little caps were, but yeah, we'll do that. Right, I've been thinking about the best way to do this. I was just going to glue them in, but I think I'll try and get some of this into the hole of the beads, which is milliput or a bit of glue between there and the bead. I think that'll work nicely, hopefully. So I'm just working this together, as you do for this particular thing. I mean, obviously, if this was a shade, it would be open at the bottom, but, well, not necessarily. You can get them globe-like. But I'm assuming for the age of the house I'm putting it in, I think it would be gas lights. I can't even see if that's gone in. This end actually looks bigger for some reason. Yep. That's gone in easier, that end. Right, okay. I'm going to push that into there. All the way till I can feel the spike at the bottom, I think. Oop, I don't want to ruin my curve. Hold on. All I've been doing for the curve is making sure it's round that, like that. Right, that's better. It does have to be straight, not bent in. There. Just doesn't look as... Ooh. Where's my milliput gone? Well, it will be in there. Yeah, it just doesn't look quite as nice as curve as the others for some reason. Yeah. So I know that's should hopefully be at the same point as the others, although I didn't measure them. So, yeah, it'll remain to be seen. It looks a bit weird at the moment, I know, but hopefully, and I'm saying hopefully, it should all be all right. Right, so what I need to do is push it that way, pop a bit of glue on the inside of the cap there. Come on. Just a matter of holding it for a bit, isn't it? Till it's taken. Right, I shall carry on, get the others done, get back to you. Okay, so that's all 3 on. As you can see, this is quite a big light fitting. But luckily my room's really big, so it'll be fine. It's about 9 centimetres at its widest point. So that's, is it 2.5 centimetres per inch? I just need those to dry off a little bit first. And beads. So I'll probably do the chain that holds it up next and then do some scrolly bits for the arms. Right, okay, while they're still drying, I'm going to thread these beads on. So what I've done, rather than do 3 separate strands, I've just threaded 1 long strand. I'm going to tie it on, use as many beads as I think, and then Are you going to come off? No, that should do it, right. Okay, I haven't got a lot of string to play with. Between there and there, is it going to be that one? Oh, that one. That one, I think. Let's see, is that right? Yeah. Is it? Oh well, I've been near enough. I mean, obviously, I'm just guessing. Right, so another couple of beads, I think. This isn't the best roller for this. Let's see what I've got left. Ooh, enough. Who would have thought it? I certainly wouldn't have. So there you go. I do there, don't I? Yeah, I do. I do need that to be as close as possible. How am I going to do that? Oh, damn it. Ah, I've made life so difficult for myself. Oh, my word. Hold your breath, guys and girls. Ugh. Nope, I didn't do it. Right, so I knotted that off. I've just added a little brass bead on, and I've had to actually tie a bit more string on the top. So when I come to hang it, I'll have something I can hang it with. So I'll probably put a blob of glue on there too. But that's how we're looking so far. Not too bad. So still more to do. We'll get on with it. Right, so my next thoughts are to have some dangly bits dangling down like that. The only place I can really put them in is these holes here. I would have liked more. I did think about drilling holes in there, but I don't know. I think I'll try and just work with what we've got and see what that looks like. But I was thinking anyway, they need to be lower than that, so I think that's about nice. You'd have to see it from the side, but it is lower. Just make sure it's nice and long. Right, well, we'll start with this one. I mean, I could put some on the inside as well if I've got enough crystal beads. I haven't got lots of these crystal beads left. Come on. It's just all very fiddly, this stuff, isn't it? It's that's what takes the time. Yeah, it's quite fiddly. Okay. Yeah, about like that. I'm not bothered if they're not all the same length. I think it would look quite nice for them to be slightly different lengths, if I'm honest. So we'll see. Where are you, players? There. Okay. Come on, Beady. You're down. Just needed to get above that bead. That's it. Come on. There's always one. So I'll get some of those done and get back to you. Okay, so here's what we've got so far. I've put the beads on the bottom. You can see there's a few crystals amongst them, just catching the light. And I use the same beads as the 3 strands that hold it. So that's it at the moment. I still would like to get a few more fancy bits on it, but it's down to time and whether I can get them to stay on, really. So we'll have a look at that next. Okay, I made myself these 3 little, they look like hooks, but they're not, they're just like scrolly bits. That's all the metal I've got left after that, so as you can see, there's not a lot. So I'll glue these on first and then see what they look like, and we'll go from there. Purely decorative bits. Well, hopefully that's what they'll look like. I think I'm just going to stick it straight in there. That seems to have taken. It's a bit high up now, I think it's about there. Right, so that's 2 on, just a 3rd one to go now. I'll get back to you when I've done that one. Right, so I've just made myself another 3 little scrolls. It's just getting them into place now. Something that's meant to stick in 10 seconds. It's very annoying that it's not doing that. Right, I think I'm going to have to intervene here. Right, I managed had to get the spray stuff on it. So I'm trying to show you as I go along, but it's proving impossible. So I'm just going to get on with it. Otherwise, you'll never get to see the video. Right, so that's what we've got. So I'll go hang it in place and we'll have a look. Okay, so I've got it to hang up. Can't decide if it's a little bit long or not, but I'm going to leave it and see how I feel in a few days' time. So this is what it looks like in place. I think it's all right, actually. It's certainly not too big for the room. And it's a shame you can't see those crystals just sparkle, because they do. But that's it from underneath. So anyway, thank you to anybody who's liked, subscribed, made a comment. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. And it's ta-ta for now. See you soon.